Really?
Yeah.
You prefer, is it only fruit soda? Like if it was Coca-Cola, or
No, all sodas.
prefer room temperature?
Yes.
Why don't you just
I
keep them
also
outside the fridge?
I prefer room temperature water.
Yes, you do.
I'm very European. No ice for me.
Ah.
And oop.
Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me on our sectional silver for our little program here. Okay. We ate at Jimboy's. Jimboy's is a taco-based restaurant. It's not Mexican.
No. It's American.
Yeah.
American.
Uh, America. They feature tacos are their main uh, dish, their main entree. It's what they're known for. They're what they're famous for. Jimboy's is a chain, but smallest chain in Sacramento and Northern California. They just opened one in West Sacramento. Fun fact: uh, where it opened on West Capitol and Harbor used to be a Jimboy's way back in the day, and then it turned into Wiener Schnitzel, and then that Wiener Schnitzel was set ablaze, it burned down, and then when we moved to West Sac 3.5 years ago, we just saw like a shell of Wiener Schnitzel. Like there was a Wiener Schnitzel body and building and logo, but there were burn marks, so it was just like it was like urban decay or something. And it sat there, and then rumors abounded about Jim Boy's opening up a location there. And those rumors have been going on for a year.
More, yeah,
Yeah,
for a long time now.
yeah. And they put up the sign 9 months ago, and so everyone on the West Sac Facebook, has been talking about it incessantly, nonstop. When's it gonna open? It's gonna open. I heard from my mama's cousin's daughter's dad, dog, that it's gonna open in 2 weeks, and I heard different, but finally it opened, and we had to go there. So, Jim Boys, honey, what does Jim Boys mean to you in your life?
I love Jimboy so much. I've loved it my whole life.
You won some hot sauces from them, like 3-ish years ago.
Yes, I entered an Instagram contest that they posted. I tagged a friend or something, liked a post,
Yeah,
shared a post,
yeah,
and I won a pack of all their sauces in full giant bottles.
yeah.
And it was beautiful. I went and picked it up. The manager gave me the box. It was so cool. It was the best day of my life.
It was 4 hot sauces in varying degrees of heat and taste, and it was a grand old time.
Oh, so fun.
We ate them, we tested them, we potted about them. Uh, Regarding Instagram contests, I won a hornblower cruise. It's the little cruise ship that docks in Old Sacramento, um, and it takes off on the. It's like a weekend thing, and it just goes up and down the river there, the Sac River, or is it the American River? I don't
No,
know.
Sacramento River, honey.
Okay, uh, but I won an Instagram contest for 2 tickets, and this was in the beginning of our torrid love affair. We went, and it's it's a cruise, it's a party, it's a cruise party,
It's a booze cruise.
it's a bees cruise. But even back to my younger, mid 20s partying time, I never liked cruises. Like the idea of a cruise. Oh man, we're gonna be on a boat. We on a boat. We out here, like T-Pain and the curly-haired guy from Saturday Night Live, Andy Samberg. And yeah, we're like it's like below deck. We're like Tom Brady on his yacht. But in when it comes down to it, you're stuck out there. You're stuck in the water. You can't leave. If it sucks and there's nowhere really to go, there's the top and then there's the bottom. floors. Uh, so the idea is fine, but really you're just stuck on a boat for 2.5, 3 hours. And the one we went on, the Hornblower cruise, there was a fight. Some people got into some fisticuffs.
The crowd was kind of rowdy.
Yeah, yeah. And then so when you're on a boat and you're security and you got to deal with people who got into a fracas, that's the whole thing. Like they brought one of the guys down to the lower floor, lower story, whatever, lower deck, and they kind of talked to him, and because you can't be like, get out of here.
Yeah, you can't send them on their way.
Yeah, you can't toss them out the front door or out the window because you're on the stupid water. So you gotta placate them. And so, where did your mom go wrong? And you gotta chat to them for an hour and a half. It was just. I mean, the idea of it's fine, and I'm glad we went, and it was free. But when it came down to it, it was just like, and it attracts a certain crowd. I'll just say that. Fun fact, honey. So my lovely coworker Richard Beeson. He's a foodie, and we always talk about food. Uh, asked him about Jimboys, and he said back in the day the chicken used to be bussin', but now uh, it's not as good. And he's always been the ground beef taco, which is their signature. But his wife used to get the chicken tacos way back in the day, but now she's a carnitas gal, and that led me to get a carnitas taco when we dined there. Another fun fact: back in the '80s, honey, Jimboy's tacos were 39 cents each.
Wow.
That's crazy. Currently, Jimboy's ground beef taco is $2.95, an explosion of 4,000% over a few decades. I didn't actually do the math, but yeah. Thanks, Joe Biden. No, wait, no, wait. There's been Democrat presidents and Republican presidents since the '80s. It's almost like they both don't do jack shit. But anyways, your side is right, listener. So 295 now. So what makes Jim Boys unique is that they griddle, they cook, they assemble the taco, and then they throw it on the griddle there. Put some oil on it, or there's some sort of moisture, and then they sprinkle. Their exact terminology is dust the grilled corn tortilla with Parmesan cheese, which is groundbreaking, eye-opening, earth-shattering. There's nothing like it. Jim Boys describes their tacos as chef-griddled with fresh lettuce, hand-grated cheese, and your choice of meat encased in a Parmesan-dusted grilled corn tortilla. I would throw them right in there. They're similar to Jack in the Box, the Jack in the Box taco, which I like. It's a good time. Uh,
I love Jack in the Box taco and I love Jimboy's taco, but they're not the same. They
yeah,
don't remind me of each other.
the Jack in the Box taco, which is a good time. I would say they're similar, just in terms of like the shell is wet, moist, tad greasy. Jack,
No,
no,
they don't remind me at all of each other. They're very different.
mm,
Jack in the Box is crap.
yeah,
It's good crap. And
yeah,
Jimboy's is just good.
yeah. Jack in the Box tacos, yeah. It's like it doesn't make sense on paper, but put it all together, it's a good time.
Jimboy's is classy.
Yeah.
It's a fancy lady.
Uh,
Jack in the Box is
is
it's a lady you meet at the corner liquor store.
a slut at the bar.
Jeez.
We went there Friday afternoon, 1 p.m. ish. Started ordering, honey, and you began our order with, "Can I get a?"
I did. And I wasn't even aware, like, my brain didn't even know what I was saying. And then when you pointed it out to me, I was like, oh my gosh, I did.
Cringe. Have I taught you nothing in our nearly 5 years of marriage? There was a wait. Again, it just opened up a few weeks ago. But we waited for our food 20, 25 minutes. So yeah, it's fast food. Or as Seinfeld likes to say, it's not fast food, good food quickly. But 20, 25 minutes, it shouldn't take that long. But hopefully they're still ironing out the kinks. We got two orders of fries for the kids, Lennox and Luna. They don't do the shoestring. They don't do crinkle cut. They do. They're like wedges. They're potato wedges. They look like orange slices. Um, I wasn't a fan. I had one.
I love potato wedges.
I like potato wedges, but they must be heavily seasoned and have
Mm.
some sort of light batter on the outside and very, very little potato on the inside. Like the old school Kentucky Fried Chicken potato wedges, or like even a bunch of delis like Rayleigh's and Walmart hot food deli. They got some busted potato wedges, but Lennox and Luna housed them, so no worries. We got Luna a bean and cheese burrito. Add rice. She said it was a thing where you take a bite and there's like a bunch of bean, and then you take the next bite and there's a bunch of rice. So it was just built poorly, assembled poorly. And I think like a lot of burritos suffer from this. And I get it because you want to make it look pretty. And then when you cut it in half and open it up for the money shot for your TikTok or your Instagram or your Friendster, it's cool to see all oh, there goes the sour cream. Oh, there's the chicken. Oh, there's a lettuce. But in the end, it doesn't make for a good meal. You got to like mix it all together
Hmm.
beforehand.
You got to evenly distribute.
Yeah.
Like, don't put sour cream on one end
Yeah.
and beans on the opposite end,
Yeah.
and nothing's mixed together.
Yeah. You got to mix it all together and then throw it in the burrito. And it's not as aesthetically pleasing for your MySpace video, but it tastes better because you get something in every single bite. We got chips and guac. Their guac is a little off color. Um,
Yeah, they mix it with tomatoes.
uh,
That might be why.
yeah,
It's not just straight avocado.
yeah. It's not vibrant green. I like tomatoes in my guac. I like some raw onion also, maybe some garlic. But if you want to keep your guacamole green, if anything, if I've learned anything from watching a decade of Food Network, uh, little lime, little
Mm, what is
lime.
that?
It's me squeezing a lime onto
Oh,
our fresh guacamole, darling. And the citric acid will keep it green
oh.
and vibrant. That's what Rachel Ray taught me. You got a combo, honey. Dee, 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 dee. Lennox's clothes
Yeah.
are done. You got a combo.
And oop.
Trying. You got a combo with one ground beef taco and one enchilada. Comes with rice and beans since it's a combo. What did you think about your ground beef taco and your ground beef enchilada, honey? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
The combo meal at Jimboy's is an excellent way to go. They also give you a little scoop of shredded lettuce and tomato. They call it a salad.
Right, right, right.
But it's so good. I always clear my plate when I get the combo.
Yeah,
Put a little of the enchilada sauce over on your salad. Oh,
yeah.
it's delicious. I haven't had this in a very long time, and the enchilada looked a lot bigger than I remember it being.
Mm.
And it was so good. I love enchilada sauce.
You love enchiladas, yeah.
I do. The ground beef taco, I've never had a bad one.
Right,
It's always 100.
yeah.
It's always the best thing in the world.
You mean 100?
It was so good. And I love their ground beans. They're really smooth. They're
Mm,
very flavorful.
mm.
And it's so good. I have no complaints about Jim Boys.
No. Same. I got one carnitas taco because of Mrs. Richard Beeson. I wanted to try it out. Try it out. It was good. It's fine. But and then I also got a ground beef taco, but there's nothing like the ground beef taco. It's so perfect.
I went on a little kick for a while where I was getting the bean tacos.
Mm.
I was kind of toying with being a vegetarian. And the bean tacos are good,
Yeah.
but nothing compares to the ground beef.
A bean taco is just a taco without meat, right?
It's exactly like their beef tacos, but
Ah,
it's beans ground, or they're, what are those beans called? Refried
refried.
beans
Yeah.
in the place of the beef.
Yeah. You've had that misunderstanding before. Like we'll go to a Mexican place, taqueria, and you want a taco with no meat,
Yes.
and so you'll say a taco with no meat, and then they get confused, and then you
Yeah.
say a veggie taco, and then they get more confused
I don't know why this happens to me.
because no one in their right mind orders a taco without some sort of protein in it, darling.
Beans are
Uh,
protein.
yeah, that's true. Uh, but the ground beef taco is outstanding. It's out of sight. It's why you came there. It's super consistent. It's super good. If anything, minor criticism: the tacos could have been a tad more full, filled.
They were a bit skinny that day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some more stuffings in there, perhaps. Going back to it's a new location, they're sowing or they're not sowing their wild oats yet, or are they sowing their wild? Whatever cliche fits. Another thing is that going back to their taco sauce, comes in little packets. Is good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like it's perfect. It's like the right amount of heat. It's got some good taste. It makes me think of Taco Bell hot sauce, which is terrible, like deplorable. All four levels, Diablo, mild,
Yeah,
whatever.
Taco
Um,
Bell sauce is not good.
it's just various degrees of heat, very little taste. But the Jimboy's taco sauce is super good, outstanding. We have a couple packets currently in our refrigerator. Um, so when we ordered, they do the tip ahead thing where they slide where they spin around the little tablet there, and I don't like that. Like, yeah, you press some buttons on a computer register cashier, and so here's a tip ahead. Um, so I tip in cash after, but you didn't let me tip, honey.
Oh, was this when you wanted to go back later and tip?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you don't like tipping on the card, but you didn't have the right amount of bills,
cash. Yeah,
the right denomination of cash.
yes.
So embarrassing.
Like they use the word denomination. So what I like to do is when I don't like to tip on the credit card. By the way, the employees don't like you to tip on the credit card either. They want cash. They want straight cash. They don't want it to go through the system, and uh, the Federal Reserve gets their cut, and Alan Greenspan gets their cut, and freaking J.P. Morgan Chase gets their cut, and Jamie Dimon gets his cut. And by the time it gets to the employee, it's bare bones. There's hardly anything left on the meat. Um, so when they do the spin the tablet around and I don't tip, so but later I will tip in cash in their little tip jar or whatever. I didn't have the correct denominations. I didn't have any fives, ones, or tens. I had a 20. So I like to go up there and say, hey, can you break this into 10, 5, and 5 ones? And then I tip cash. But you were against that.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was a bit gauche to go up there and ask them to break your 20 so you can leave a tip for them.
They're
I
happy.
just,
They
I,
get a tip.
I thought you were bugging them. The line was really long.
Yeah. I think I
I'm,
think I think they would have broken it.
I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
completely understanding. Apologize to Mister and Mrs. Jimboy. But yeah, we didn't tip. We left in a hurry. And then after we were feeling, we wanted some sweets, so we went across the street to a Mexican ice cream place called El Mango Loco. They do the thing where they have like fruit freeze stuff and then they put chili powder on it. I don't get that.
No, I don't like that either.
I've
It's not my jam.
yeah, that's just not in my wheelhouse. But they had your regular scoops, and I got a peanut butter. Uh, what's peanut butter brown? Oh, peanut butter brownie. God damn it!
And oop.
I ordered a scoop of peanut butter brownie in a waffle cone. The gal helping us, young, and she had a very faint voice like this, and it was hard to understand her. So she asked me a question. After she scoops one scoop, and then she asked me a question, and I thought she was asking, "Do you want me?" Because one scoop in a giant waffle cone looks tiny, looks meager, and I thought she said something like, "Do you want a little bit more? Do you want me to fill this out?" Yeah, sure. And I just said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and I agreed. It turns out I agreed to getting 3 scoops of ice cream. It was fine. It was standard ice cream in a nice, lovely waffle cone, but you got the huckleberry honey in a cake cone. It was bussin'.
Yes, it was a beautiful lavender color. I've
Yeah,
never had huckleberry, but
yeah,
I like when I see something that's a kind of a very rare berry that you don't see very often. I always like
yeah,
to try that
yeah,
because it's always good.
yeah. Unique, and
Yes, and different.
it was gorgeous, and it was yummy, and it was a good time. Okay, so Gym Boys will definitely be back.
And oop.
Gym Boys will definitely be back. You can't go wrong with their ground beef tacos. They have a family pack. You get six of them. I say LFG. That means three each, honey. I think we can do it. El Mango Loco. It was nice. It was fun to go in there, and it is small business, mom and pop, whatever. But in the end, I'd rather have a thrifty, some thrifty ass cream.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, are we done, honey?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for El Mongo Loco. We don't have a promo code for El Mongo Loco. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, I may not have tipped at Jim Boys. My wife's to blame. But I'm still a good person, and she's still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for caring. I hope you have a wonderful day / night. Oh, bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.